That's okay.
Ready to go?
Better that you're.
Oh, I got paper copies over there. Could always go old school.
I don't see us on the monitor. Typically, I do.
Old school was good.
I don't know if we're.
Good days. This.
Okay, well, good. Technology is a funny thing, I guess. So, good evening and welcome to this Tuesday, November 23rd City Council meeting. The time is now 7:34, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. Would you all please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And would the clerk please call the roll?
McHale. Here. Budmetz.
Here.
O'Brien.
Here.
Veneziano. Here. Bessetti.
Here.
Reyes. Here. Sonoyka.
Here.
With 7 present and nobody absent, there is a quorum this evening. Members of the audience are reminded that these proceedings are being recorded for current and future broadcast over the city's cable television channel, as well as our other social media platforms. The first order of business tonight is to approve minutes from a previous meeting. There's one set of minutes to approve, and this is for the November 9th, 2021 City Council meeting. Is there a motion to approve this set of minutes?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Thank you, Alderman Bessetti, for the second. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions to this set of minutes? Well, seeing none, the question is, shall the minutes be approved? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, and the minutes are approved. This brings us to the next section, which is the mayor's report. I do not have much to report this evening, other than making sure I remember to wish everyone a wonderful Thanksgiving and extended holiday weekend. Are there any ward reports this evening? Alderman Sonoyka?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to share my delight of attending the ribbon ceremony for Tangerine. Our new city business that's over in the 6th Ward. It was a pretty fantastic event, and I wish them the best of success and let them know that the city of Rolling Meadows is here to help with whatever they need.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Tangerine Mountain Imports. Alderman McHale, then Alderman O'Brien.
Yes, I just wanted to mention that I had a handful of residents reach out regarding the proposed distribution site that is being development. It's a distribution center development at Algonquin Road in Quinton. I sent an email over to their Palatine Zoning Board with concerns that I had that were brought to my attention regarding the scope and location of this development and the traffic and the noise implications for the residents of the 1st Ward, and I will continue to follow that situation. Thank you.
Look forward to the updates with that. Alderman O'Brien?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a real quick kudos and thanks to the coaches, families, and players of the Rolling Meadows 14U tackle football team. They won the Chicagoland Pop Warner State Championship and played this past weekend in the National Championship in Knoxville, Tennessee. So kudos to the players, families, and coaches involved in that, and thanks for your dedication to the youth in the programs here in Rolling Meadows.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Any other ward reports this evening? Okay, seeing none. The next item would be to open the floor for 20 minutes for public comment. However, there are no signatures on the sign-in sheet, so we will continue with the remainder of the agenda. Moving on to the items pending, we have the first line item A, which is ordinance number 21-64, and this is to approve an ordinance confirming and extending the state of emergency within the city of Rolling Meadows due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is in for second reading. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka and Alderman Budmetz for the second. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, the question is, shall the ordinance be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessetti.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sonoyka.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Budmetz.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance is adopted. This brings us to line item B, ordinance number 21-65, and that's to amend the alcohol liquor code to increase the number of licenses permitted under Class B1 liquor license for Good News Gas and Food, Inc., located at 2059 Hicks Road. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance? Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Thank you, Alderman McHale, for the second. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, the question is, shall the ordinance be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Bud Matts.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance is adopted. This brings us to the final item pending, line item C, ordinance number 21-66, to authorize the disposal of surplus city property and equipment. This too is in for second reading. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka.
Second.
Thank you, Alderman McHale, for the second. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, the question is, shall the ordinance be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Bud Matts.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance is adopted. This brings us to the next item on the agenda, which are the consent ordinances in for first reading. It consists of 3 items. Those are items D through F. Does any alderman wish to remove an item from the consent agenda for ordinances? I am going to be pulling item E this evening, and we will discuss that at the time. Are there any others wishing to be pulled? Seeing no further items, the chair declares it in order for one motion to consider the 2 ordinances in a single motion without debate. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Thank you, Alderman O'Brien, for the second. This brings us to the first line item D, ordinance number 21-00 at this time, to approve an ordinance confirming and extending the state of emergency within the city of Rolling Meadows due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is in for first reading. Line item F, ordinance number 21-67, to amend section 2-39 of special meetings of the Code of Ordinances. The question is, shall these ordinances be moved forward for second reading? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Bud Matts.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and none opposed, these ordinances will move forward for second reading. This brings us back to line item E, ordinance number 21-00, and that's to amend the personnel rules and regulations of the City of Rolling Meadows related to the city's pay plan. At this time, I pulled this because I would like to actually have a motion to postpone. We will have a more comprehensive conversation during the new year, immediately within the new year, and it'll be advantageous for us to fold this particular subject into that conversation and then be a lot better when we do take action as a council at that time. So is there a motion to postpone this? Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Thank you, Alderman McHale, for the second. Are there any discussions on postponing at this time? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
McHale.
Yes.
Bud Matts.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and none opposed, this item will be postponed until the committee of the whole conversation. This brings us to new business, and it's a motion to approve payment of bills on warrant for November 23rd of 2021. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Is there a second? Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Is there any discussion for the bills on warrant? Seeing none, the question is, shall the warrant be approved? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Bud Matts.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and none opposed, the warrant is approved. This now brings us to the consent resolutions portion of the agenda, and this consists of 3 items. Those are items H through J. Does any alderman wish to remove any items from the consent agenda for resolutions? Okay, seeing none, the chair declares it in order for one motion to consider the 3 resolutions in a single motion without debate. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien, for the second. This brings us to the first line item H, resolution number 21-R-115. It's to approve employment separation and release agreement for former Finance Director Melissa Gallagher. Line item I, resolution number 21-R-116, is to authorize secondary source of purchase of snow and ice control road salt for the winter 2021-2022 season. And lastly, line item J, resolution number 21-R-117, is to approve a contract for the purchase and installation of access control and video surveillance equipment and software. The question is, shall the three resolutions be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Bud Matts.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and none opposed, the resolutions are adopted. This brings the council on to other business and reports. As you'll note from the memo the council received and on the agenda this evening, there is an appointment. This appointment is for a 3rd Ward resident, Janine Molinelli, for the Economic Development Committee. At this time, I'd ask for a motion and a second to appoint Janine to the Economic Development Committee. Thank you, Alderman O'Brien, for the first.
Second.
Alderman Veneziano for the second. Is there any discussion on this appointment? Seeing none, the question is, will we appoint Janine Molinelli to the Economic Development Committee? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Bud Matts.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and none opposed, Janine Molinelli is now part of our Economic Development Committee, and I understand that they do have a meeting on December 6th. I do not have any proclamations to read this evening. Are there any reports from the city clerk?
No, not tonight.
Wonderful, thank you. This will now move us along to city staff reports. Just a reminder, there are no discussions during the staff reports. The first item we have are the community items of interest, and for this, I will defer to business advocate Martha Corona. Martha, when you are ready, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor, members of City Council. City Hall and Public Works will be closed this Thursday, November 25th, and Friday, November 26th, in observance of the Thanksgiving holiday. Refuse collection will be delayed 1 day. Thursday routes will be collected Friday. Friday routes will be collected Saturday. The November newsletter can be found on the city website. Please visit www.cityrm.org and click on the News and Views tab. Consider a donation of new unwrapped toys to the Toys for Tots program this year, organized by the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve, with collections accepted at City Hall and the library on until December 3rd. The city's annual holiday tree lighting celebration will be held on Thursday, December 2nd at 6 p.m. The event will be held on the property of the city's historical museum at 3100 Central Road and will offer festive new surprises to ruin the holiday season this year. Please note there will not be a spaghetti dinner this year due to ongoing concerns related to COVID-19. The Rolling Meadows Police Department will be holding their annual holiday food drive on Saturday, December 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Rolling Meadows Jewel Osco parking lot on Kirchhoff Road. Help them fill the Hummer to haul away hunger to benefit area food pantries. For a list of requested donations or for more information, visit cityrm.org or the police department's and city Facebook pages. The city's annual Holiday Light Recycling Program is taking place until February 4th, 2022. Holiday lights, extension cords, and power strips can be dropped into the collection boxes outside of City Hall. For more details about this program, visit elginrecycling.com. The Rolling Meadows Police Department continues to accept donations for the new Hope Fund that will assist victims of disasters, domestic violence, child abuse, and other hardships that necessitate the need for financial assistance. Donations to the Hope Fund can be made by visiting the GoFundMe page located at gofundme.com/F/RMP-Hope-Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha, for sharing that information. This brings us to the next item, which is the fiscal year 2021 October financials. And as mentioned during November 9th City Council meeting, you will find the financials in the packet. And if the council has any questions, please feel free to reach out to Interim Finance Director Tom Glazer. And likewise, if any residents approach the council with these questions, please be the liaison for them to Tom Glazer. This brings us to the third item, which is the December 7th, 2021 City Council Draft Agenda. And for this, Chief Nowacki, we'll defer to you.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. I also want to wish everybody a early happy Thanksgiving. The December 7th City Council meeting draft agenda is as follows. First item is going to be a motion to approve City Council minutes of November 16th and also the Committee of the Whole meeting and November 23rd City Council meeting. There are 3 pending ordinances on the agenda. The first is going to be a second reading to approve an ordinance confirming and extending the state of emergency within the city of Rolling Meadows due to COVID-19 pandemic. The second ordinance is actually being removed due to it being postponed at today's City Council meeting. The third ordinance is going to be a second reading to amend the city code regarding the service requirements for special meetings of the City Council of the City of Rolling Meadows. There's also 3 consent ordinances for first reading. There's going to be an ordinance to approve to confirm and extend the state of emergency within the City of Rolling Meadows due to the COVID-19 pandemic. There's an ordinance to approve the final plat subdivision of Calabre subdivision in an R2 district for property located at 2321 Brockway Street and 4940 Emerson Avenue. There's a third ordinance, first reading to adopt the City of Rolling Meadows Emergency Operation Plan. There's going to be a motion to approve payment of bills on the warrant. And there's several consent resolutions. They are as follows: to approve local public agency agreement for federal participation with Illinois Department of Transportation for proposed Hicks Road Bike Path Phase 2 engineering. There's a resolution to award a contract for Phase 2 engineering services for Hicks Road Bike Path. There's a resolution to award a contract for traffic signal maintenance for 2022. There's a resolution to authorize purchase of city's fuel. A resolution to authorize the purchase of water meters for replacement, repairs, and new construction for fiscal year 2022. There's a resolution to award a contract for janitorial services, a resolution to authorize purchase of a water truck, and a resolution to authorize master agreement with Illinois Department of Transportation. There is a mayor's appointment on December 7th. That's going to be of Heather Larson to the Economic Development Committee. And then there's also community items of interest, December 14th Committee of the Whole draft agenda, December 21st City Council draft agenda, and then there will also be a closed session regarding personnel of the Illinois Open Meeting Act. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief. Look forward to that meeting in December on the 7th. This will bring us now to matters not on the agenda. Are there matters not on the agenda that council would like to address or bring up? Alderman Sonoy?
Thank you, Mayor Gallo. I just wanted to ensure that all of our residents know that all individuals over the age of 18 are eligible for boosters for their vaccines, and to please schedule those if they need any assistance. To please reach out to either Cook County or the city as far as those types of resources. We'd be happy to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Any other matters not on this evening's agenda? Okay, seeing none, that brings us to the close of our open session agenda. And at this time, I would like to entertain a motion to go into closed session under Section 2C1 of the Illinois Open Meeting Act regarding personnel, and under Section 2C11 of the Illinois Open Meeting Act based upon the finding that litigation against the city and certain matter is probable or imminent. Is there a member of the City Council willing to make that motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Is there a second? Thank you, Alderman Bessetti, for the second. Is there any discussion on entering into closed session? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Bessetti.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sonoyka.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Budmats.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and none opposed, we will now enter into closed session. Audience and press are advised that we do not anticipate taking any further action upon returning to open session. And so with this, again, I just want to wish everyone a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And with that, everyone have a wonderful evening.